Hello and welcome everyone to today's presentation of our project SEQ Rentals. We thank you for affording your time to be here today. I am Megan McAllister, the team leader of AD Consultants. I am joined today by Project Manager Sean Monagle and team members Bridget Collins and Shuab Ali. Today's presentation will provide you with information in regards to the project background and purpose, the project schedule, the current progress of the report, if there has been any changes since our project specification report was finalised, an application demonstration, and a brief overview of any issues that have arisen to date. Founded in July 2015, AD Consultants is an information systems project group formed in the joint aim of creating, designing, and marketing a unique application that will help a specific demographic. The project chosen, SEQ Rentals, is a real estate application designed and created for the use on both mobile phones and computers. Currently, the population estimate for South East Queensland is 3,321,488 people. The geographical location of this population can be seen in the following diagram. 70% of this population is between the ages of 15 and 64, which has given this application a potentially large target market. In addition to the substantial population, South East Queensland also boasts an impressive 357,676 rental properties. Both of these figures have given AD Consultants a substantial target market for SEQ Rentals. This project was designed to provide a solution to the issues associated with communication between tenants, landlords, and property managers for a number of current real estate agencies throughout South East Queensland. As a tenant myself, I have first-hand experience in how troublesome communication can be between agents and tenants. I also find it an extremely time-consuming task when I'm required to submit and receive a number of documents in person. As a number of group members are also tenants, AD Consultants decided that it would be beneficial to design a cross-platform application that will improve this experience for many tenants such as ourselves. This project allows end users to access particular information in regards to their rental agreements. These details include viewing rental receipts, any outstanding payments, copies of lease agreements and rental payment status, the submission of crucial information such as maintenance requests or notice of intention to vacate forms, and the ability to update contact details as necessary. The application will also have the capability to add and edit photos to maintenance requests in order for property managers to fully understand the issue at hand. I will now pass over to Project Manager Sean Monagle to discuss our project schedule.
Thanks, Megan. Hi everyone. I was tasked as being the group's project manager for this project. Our project began back on the 24th of July when we created our small group. From here, we were able to discuss in private how we wanted to go about this project. Within the first week, I began work on our group Gantt chart using Microsoft Project. As you can see here, I have broken the project up into small key sections. The sections that our project have been broken up into are based upon the set assessment tasks. Each of these sections has a milestone of the assessment submission date. The project schedule that was submitted with the project specification only had milestones for the submission of each assessment. Since then, however, additional milestones have been added that we believe are relevant to the project. The new milestones that we have added are the forming of the group, the decision on the app idea to undertake, and the development of the project with Proto.io. I will now pass on to Bridget to discuss the current progress of our project.
Thanks, Sean. Hi everyone. Today I'll be giving you an update on our current progress of the project. Each member of our team has been assigned specific sections of the project. The project background, app problem, app solution, and target market users were completed and submitted in the project specification report you received in August. Sean, along with Shuab, have completed the use case scenarios as well as the app and website mockups. These sections of the project are progressing very well. Sean will have a demonstration and explanation on each of the use case scenarios, along with a video showing how to complete each of these scenarios later in the presentation. Megan and I have completed a breakdown of the revenue and costs involved in completing the app to assist in determining the return on investment. This week we will begin completing further research into these specific costs and selecting appropriate vendors for each section. Once the use case scenarios and app mockups are finalised, we will start completing the user guide for both the app and the website. The user guides will be created separately for tenants and real estate agents. This will allow the agents to have an in-depth explanation of how the app operates without the tenants having to filter through this information. The user guide for the tenants will assist them in completing all tasks through both the app and the website. The user guide will assist the agents in retrieving the information that tenants submit and for general use of the website. The business analysis task will be completed by all team members. The event tables and design class diagrams will be created once the use case scenarios and app mockups are completed. These diagrams help to give an explanation on how the app operates and will explain the background of the app creation. I'll now pass back to Sean to give you the demonstration on how the user can complete each of the use case scenarios.
Thanks, Bridget. After determining what project we should be focusing on, I began creating a prototype of the application using Proto.io. Over the past 5 weeks, I've been getting advice from the rest of the team as to what to include, exclude, and modify in the prototype. I will now be giving a functional demonstration of the application. The layout and colour scheme of the app are still in development phase, so the final version will look marginally different. Without further ado, let's load up the prototype. So as it boots up, the user will be greeted with this splash screen showcasing the SEQ Rentals logo. A progress bar will be displayed just under it. From there, we are greeted with the home screen. As you can see, it is a fairly simple layout at the present time, with functionality the key criteria to be met. So now let's log into SEQ Rentals. This is completed by clicking the right menu and then log in. So now let's enter the username U1040850. As you can see, if we enter an incorrect password, the user will be prompted to try again. So let's try that again with the correct password. We can see that data checking is in place. So if any fields are left blank, an error message will display. As you can see, the user will be prompted with a message saying changes have been made. Let's click OK. One feature we have added is to have the current values to be placeholders of each field, as you can see by this text. You may notice back on the login screen that there was a different method for logging in. You would be correct in thinking so. We decided as a group that it would be a great time saver to include a passcode entries for user to access SEQ Rentals. So now let's create that passcode. We scroll down and click on Add/Update Passcode. The passcode we want to set is 1251. So 1251 and 1251. Success. The passcode has been set. Now that we have the passcode set, let's restart the app and log in with the passcode. So we click on the right menu and then log in, but this time instead of entering the username and password, we click passcode entry. If we enter the wrong passcode here, so if we go 1252, we are prompted with incorrect password. But if we enter 1251, we are prompted with a message for the user to either return to the home screen or to the user details. Let's click the home screen. As you can see, the home screen is different now. The search agent button has become the account button. Let's click the account button and go to the main content of the app. As you can see, we are greeted with a maintenance request page. Up on the top there are 3 buttons: maintenance request, lease details, and contact. If we click on lease details, we are prompted with a screen showing when our next rent is due, the amount, and the previous rent due and the date, and we can also review the receipt. If we click view receipt, we are prompted with the receipt number, the amount, and the date it was paid on. Let's return back to the other screen. Say we have a broken toilet seat and we want to put the request into Ray White Brisbane. We can do this by clicking on the water button and then entering in the request details. As you can see here, a lot of the values are already entered in. The address username, contact name, email and number are already added from our account details. If we were to click Submit Request Now, we will be prompted with an error. The reasoning for this is no issue is selected and no issue description is entered. Now let's enter in a request. We choose toilet from the issues and enter broken toilet seat as the description. One functionality that isn't included in the current version is the ability to add or upload photos. It will be added in a later version. Now we scroll down and let's submit the request. The user will be prompted with a message saying the request has been made with a reference number of G571K0. If we click return, we are returned back to the maintenance request screen. Now if we click on requests, we can see that all the requests that we have currently made will be displayed here. As you can see, G571K0 is currently in the list with the status of pending. I will now give a demonstration of the website. The website demonstration I will give you will be from the point of view of fictional branch manager of Ray White Brisbane, Dylan Jessup. On the home page, I click on the login button on the left menu. Dylan would log in with his account details and be transferred to the account home page. Displayed at the top of the screen is 4 differently coloured boxes. The main box we are focusing on today is the red box labelled Maintenance Requests. There are currently 8 pending requests. If we click on more information, we will be transferred to the Maintenance Request page. We can now see all the maintenance requests that have been submitted by tenants via the app or website. We can filter these requests also, so if you wanted to only see water requests, we could do so by searching water. Here is the maintenance request that was filed using the app during the application demonstration. Handling requests is currently only in the design phase, but will be up and functional by the end of the project. I will now pass on to Megan to discuss issues encountered throughout this project.
From the beginning of this project, several hindrances and obstacles were faced. The first and foremost issue which came to our attention quickly was communication between members. As we are all geographically dispersed in Toowoomba, Brisbane and Ballarat, we established that the best method of communication would be through the use of emails, conference calls and video chats. Firstly, it was evident that because face-to-face interaction was unavailable, we would be restricted to emails at convenient times and our weekly team meetings. At times this resulted in limited communication, and when a reliable internet connection was unavailable, communication ceased. This was experienced by myself in the past 2 weeks, as I was unavailable due to work commitments and my internet connection was very unstable. Secondly, the network connections and speeds that each member had was vastly different. This became quite frustrating for all of us. It was decided that to overcome this frustration we would conduct our weekly meetings via conference calls instead of video chats. Even with this change in strategy, there were a number of lost connections throughout meetings due to the network connections. In addition to these connection issues, a number of issues also arose with services and applications. For example, there was a number of times where our main source of content, the USQ Study Desk, was undergoing maintenance and we were unable to access information we required. Google Drive, which has been utilized for the purpose of sharing documents with one another, has been experiencing user error recently. It has not been uploading information properly and has resulted in some documents not being shared between members. This resulted in the use of emails to share important documents. A number of external factors have also created issues for AD consultants. Recently, Sean experienced a major blackout that corrupted a number of his files, which resulted in him needing to redo work previously completed. Major work commitments for Bridget and myself have become an issue as we were both unable to complete a large amount of work towards the project. A number of team members have become ill throughout the course of this project, which caused some delays in team meetings. 3 team members are also studying a number of other subjects, which restricts the time they are able to spend on the project. All these issues have resulted in a minor delay to project tasks. I will now pass on to Shuab to conclude this presentation.
So in concluding, AD consultants are in the process of designing a real estate cross-platform application called SEQ Rentals. It is designed to be targeted to tenants, landlords and real estate agents located in southeast Queensland. The project is currently on time and key milestones have been met. The prototype and website for the project are closing in on being completed and available for testing. There have been some hiccups along the way with this project, but as a group we have been able to power through them. Thank you for affording your time today. If you have any questions, we will be more than happy to answer them.